Also, I just got some juice, and it doesn't have any flavor. I don't know how that's possible. Like, it's almost impressive.
Huh. What is it?
I don't know. It's like acai berries and apple juice and a little peanut butter. That's my jam. But then, like, I'm sipping it and it don't taste like nothing, bro. It's purple. I don't know, man. I don't know how this is possible. Like I said, I'm more impressed than anything. What can you do? What can you do? I guess it's better than... Okay, every sip is a different... I don't know. I just ate these peanut butter balls, too. Maybe that has... I don't know what's happening in my mouth. Great quotes. Great quotes. Yankees won. That's all that matters.
There you go.
Oh, man. Well. I guess it would help if I opened up PrizePicks, huh? So my DoorDash was expected delivery was literally 3 p.m., which is when we went live. So like I was racing everything, and then baseball's an early lock, kind of on DraftKings. Like I don't know, I'm rolling around with a lot to do. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, still recovering from Saturday.
From the oh god, oh bro, I'll be right back. I gotta get a bang or something, dude. This is every sip.
You about to yak?
Oh crap! The outro music's about to. I just gotta have to. I gotta go with it. F it. We just gotta roll with it. That was not a pleasant sip. Oh man. What's up, guys? Happy Monday. It's May 9th, 2022, and we've got some basketball tonight, and I've got the mad scientist had himself a fun other night, and then a little Mother's Day, huh? You went to the beach?
Yeah, I was at the beach all day.
Yeah,
I didn't play at all yesterday, so.
Yeah, no, I saw the Gundacker Gaming free Discord hold it down. I had Mother's Day duties my dang self, so I was really proud to see them boys just grinding throughout the day and seeing some positive screenshots, man. But shout out to the live chat holding it down. What up, Willie Wilson? What up, Chris? What up, Bape the Ape? Doug in the chat. Jeffrey Major. Doing all right, Jeff. Hey, wait, there's a Jeffrey Major and a Jeff? That's not the same account? What are the odds? That's actually incredible. My name is Jeff. There's 2 Jeffs going on. What up, Doug? Skimmer, Mock Wall. Kiefer in the chat, man. You guys are the best. Do I have a mod in the chat? I think there's an obvious troll account that should get banned. Discord was lit. Yeah, Discord, y'all were doing it. Y'all were holding it down. What up, Ja? Lorenza, what up, Mike? Man, shout out to you guys. But yeah, Josh, you had a really big Saturday night. I think I
Yeah.
sent out your screenshots because, man, you were smoking them for a down payment on a car, it looked like.
Dude, I max entered, bro. It's like I felt so good about that Sunday or Saturday slate. I just max entered and all of them hit. I mean, you know how I am. I'm like a real pessimistic, negative fan, but I knew what was coming. So.
Oh, yeah. Chad, I got a little purple smoothie, and I'm not sure what's in it. But every sip has not been the same experience. But yeah, check out these fire screenshots from Josh, and then I've been seeing you guys in the free Discord taking a liking to WNBA. Apparently, the first couple days of WNBA lines have been, really really bad, and a lot of people exploiting them. Obviously, they're going to tighten up, sharpen up as we go forward. But yeah, we might turn into some WNBA watching gamblers here.
I already started, man. I got the league pass. I already started watching film. My wife caught me watching it, and she's like, "What are you
doing?" What?
She said, no. First thing she said, "Oh no." Because she knew.
Oh, no.
So I was like,
oh, God.
Because, like, when I get into something, man, I'm, like, all in, bro. Like, I have to break it down fully. So, yeah, I started breaking down film.
Let me ban this weirdo in chat, man.
Are we going to do live streams eventually?
For WNBA?
Yeah.
I mean, if there's a group of you guys that...
I mean, if they seem to like it, man.
Yeah. There's this one weirdo that exists, and he's been stalking me and Danny on the Discord.
Same dude?
Yes, on the Discord, on Twitter, multiple accounts, on Twitch, and I don't know. I don't give him any attention, but I'm about to sick the hound dogs on him, man. Somebody find his info for me. I have to take care of some business. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little weird. It's okay to be in chat and be a weirdo, but man, he's starting to break some boundaries. So, yeah. Anyway, I shouldn't even done that. I gave him more attention than he deserves. But shout out to the live chat. Anyway, we got 2 games on the docket tonight. Some pretty significant news surrounding this slate. In the Memphis game, Ja Morant questionable, and Josh, what a dirty organization you root for. You know that, Josh?
Oh, get out of here, bro.
What is just...
So you're saying Poole is strong enough to rip ligaments out of a knee?
I mean, just a fundamentally dirty style of basketball you guys in the Bay have adopted. Just a dang shame. You're
Zaza started.
Zaza Pachulia has laid the groundwork for just an incredibly bad
but that Desmond Bain tackle is nothing. Like, he full on football tackled Poole.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh man, watch the clip, bro.
I didn't see it. Anyway, but it looks like Ja Morant's not going to play that game. So the Memphis Grizzlies are unbeatable without Ja Morant this year. We'll see how that holds up in the playoffs.
And Dylan Brooks is returning.
Yeah, Dylon. All right, game number 1 tonight: Celtics and the Bucks. Though Sam Hauser not as significant as the Ja Morant absence, but he's listed as out. Chris Middleton out for the Bucks. We did see a little bit of a shakeup in that Bucks lineup in that last game, right? They went Bobby Portis to the bench instead of starting Bobby Portis, and we saw Grayson Allen, Wesley, Drew Holiday, Brolo, and Giannis as the lineup. And then, a couple games prior, we had seen Bobby Portis in the starting lineup. So will they stick with that? I guess we'll see. I haven't looked at the boards yet, but that is something to take note of. We got a 212.5 total here, a 1-point spread in favor of the Milwaukee Bucks. So let's open up the board here. Let's start with the left side. Strong side, Boston Celtics. And ever watch Remember the Titans?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Jason Tatum, 27.5 points, 5.5 assists and rebounds, 3.5 3-points made, half a block shot. That's a fun one for a long and lanky defensive-minded guy like Jason Tatum. 6 free throws, 45 fantasy points. Jaylen Brown, also emerging last couple games, 24.5 real points is his line, 4 assists, 2.5 threes. I think that was a line that we had been targeting the last couple of games. That last outing didn't work out too well, but the 2 games prior, 3 and 6. So maybe that's something that we can discuss. Marcus Smart's listed as 5.5 assists, 20.5 PRA. Al Horford listed at 2 threes, 23.5 PRA, 32 fantasy points. And then Grant Williams, man, this guy completely irrelevant throughout the regular season, but all of a sudden he's like the ace in the hole for the Celtics. 19.5 fantasy points on him, and then the Time Lord Robert Williams, 2.5 block steals, 26 fantasy points. Talk to me about what on this Boston Celtics board is sticking out to you, and let's get our list going.
Yeah, this is tough because both these teams, man, are so tightly matched. And it's been a good series. And that last game was really good too. Came down to the wire. I went back and rewatched it since I missed it. And yeah, everything's pretty much juiced now, appropriately. Giannis. I thought that 27.5 points he was opened up with last game was too low, so they responded and put him up at 30.5. And now his assists are bumped up to 7. So you're looking for 8 instead of 7 now. Yeah, so Giannis getting all these pretty much price bumps across the board. I'm wondering if we just go with this fantasy now, just to encompass everything. Just given how everything is juiced for him. But yeah, I guess do you want to start on the Bucks side?
I was literally trying to start on the Celtics side.
I realized that, but then I was like, all right, we'll go to the Celtics side. So Grant Williams, I kind of had a feeling before the series started that he would be the kind of X factor for him. Just how they were setting him up and using him on defense. I think he burned some people with his 3-point prop last game. I went with his PRA, which came through. I don't know if they have it today. They do. So I like his PRA because if he's going to play 35 plus minutes and he can run in some boards, and if he's outside shooting is falling, I feel a little bit better about that. But his 1.5 threes, he's going to live in the wing in this corner 3, so you can roll the dice with that again. I know he shot pretty bad last game, but he's been in these playoffs, including the Nets series, he's been effective from that corner 3. So if you want to sweat a small number with them, kind of like that 1.5 3. And if you, but if you want to go a little bit maybe safer floor, you would go with this PRA. And then, yeah, Horford is like a key piece in this series. He's going to be the guy trying to mainly stop Giannis, so you can always go to him for his fantasy or his points. Even in his rebounding has been efficient. So, I guess since, if we like his rebounding and his points, maybe his fantasy would be the way to go. You have him projected for almost 40, and he's at 32. So I like that, especially since he's playing a lot more minutes than that. So I'd probably rank him and Grant Williams probably top targets because choosing between Tatum and Jaylen Brown has always been a struggle all season long. And Tatum's coming off a poor shooting game, so it makes sense that he could have a bounce back game, or maybe he just hits a little small cold streak. Do you have a lean on either Tatum or Brown?
So not as far as the big boy numbers go. I do think we can maybe go back to Jaylen Brown's 2.5 threes. He took a season series low, 5 3-point attempts in 40 minutes, but had been leaning more towards the double digits, right? 9 and 10, and maybe that was a little bit more scoreboard dependent. But I do think him, sinking, 3 threes is a realistic range of outcomes for this series and what we've been targeting against the Bucks all year. Not a core play, but something that definitely I'm going to keep my eye on. But as far as, picking between Tatum and Jaylen Brown, that's just one of the things I've been trying not to do all year. Maybe we can opposite correlate some cards, right? Some of the games or some of the cards where we make it a Tatum game and vice versa. I do think this type of pace and the matchup might lean a little bit more towards Jaylen Brown. Having the benefit of Giannis against Tatum here, so maybe Jaylen Brown for points, but I just think it's split right down the middle. You just really don't know. So I'd be leaning to something smaller to sweat and not going after the big numbers, like isolating the 2.5 threes, or maybe something on Tatum. One of the ones that I thought was interesting on Tatum on the season is averaging 1.5 stocks. I was hoping to get like blocks and steals. I only see blocks right now. It's a half a block. That's still kind of like fun to think about. He had 4 blocks in that last game against Milwaukee. If you take out some size of Bobby Portis and you're gonna put another small guy around, the team like the Celtics that switches plays switch defense pretty well. Yeah, maybe there's a block baked in there for Tatum. So maybe a block shot, something small to sweat for like a 40-minute defensive-minded Tatum. But I don't think I want to go after these big boy numbers. I don't know that I'm seeing a big enough gap between my projections and theirs to go for the two guys. But I'm kind of with you on the smaller stuff. And then something on Al Horford might be fun to grab a hold of.
I mean, with his rebounds still being less than 9, and Brook Lopez playing majority of the center minutes, and Brook, being able, he's going to stretch out. Like I do like his rebound potential again today. And along those lines, something that you can pair with that wouldn't be negatively correlated would be Robert Williams 7.5 points. I think Robert Williams has been exposing Brook Lopez when he's in the paint, because Lopez cannot match his athleticism. And when Lopez crashes or gives help defense, Robert Williams is wide open for these easy putbacks and alley-oops. So I think I can still get with I went with Robert Williams last game and came through the 7.5 points. And you can pair that with Al Horford's 8.5 rebounds too.
And then looking at that last game, Robert Williams did not play in the fourth quarter. And then the game prior, a little bit of action in the fourth quarter, not as much. And then in game number 1, Robert Williams, a little bit in the fourth quarter, not as much. So with his full game prop being 26 and possibly potentially looking at a little bit more run in the first half. Looks like they closed with Grant Williams. Like we said, he's been there ace in the hole. Yeah. Maybe we look at a first half Robert Williams prop.
Sure.
So as we do that, let's go NBA. Do they have first half props up? Am I blind? There it is. Why is it so spaced out? Are you seeing that? It's like NBA baseball, NBA first quarter, hockey, NBA first half. Yeah. What the heck? They got him at 13 fantasy points in the first half. I think I would be okay with taking some shots on that. He had 27 in the first half last game. Obviously, that's a little bit of an outlier. But if we run the risk of him playing more minutes in the first half than the second half, maybe we just get straight up better lines here. And he's a pretty high energy guy right off the rip. So maybe I would nominate Robert Williams first half fantasy points.
First half fantasy or his 4 real points, either one.
I think that's a good call. All right, cool. Let's get caught up on chat. Maybe they got some Celtics fire. I definitely see a lot of Horford truthers in chat today. Which I love Horford, but man, if one thing Horford showed us over the years is when everyone's on him, it's like
Oh, what was that Brooklyn game? He took 2 shots total.
Oh my God!
It was like game 3 or something.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen.
What's
up, Isaiah Robinson, man? Hope you're doing all right. Flow174V Jeff Vincent Jefferson. He's still taking screenshots on his phone, but we still love him. KC Hicks in the chat says Horford prop still low. MV out there says I'm feeling Horford boards. AO says the best version of Boston comes to play tonight, but will it be enough in Milwaukee? Yeah, winning in Milwaukee after game 2 in Milwaukee at that is it's going to be easier said than done. I'm excited to see that game though. Like each team has had several games to adjust. Kind of seen some curveballs from we saw a no Marcus Smart game. We saw a Bobby Portis to the bench game. So we just want to see if there's still going to be some chess moves going on between these two coaches. And we're starting to see Robert Williams get stretched out a little bit. So what up, Sean Drake? Made $400 yesterday. Let's go, Sean. Made 2K over the weekend. Loved it. That's how Jeff. Yeah, y'all are crushing it, man. Absolutely crushing it. So they better watch out, man. If we put this group on WNBA, oh my God, we could have problems. We could, and I told you guys on the last stream where we kind of just thought about the idea when WNBA first came out for DFS. Like I went not all in, but I created a spreadsheet. I bought the league pass. I did everything. But then the prize pools for DFS started dwindling. It just wasn't that fun. But for prop betting, like on PrizePicks, I don't think Underdog has it, but on PrizePicks, the money's the same, or it can be the same. So I guess it makes sense to fuel it back up. So I'm interested. YOLO says holiday steals. Yeah, we're gonna switch over to the Bucks now and get cranked up here. Josh, what's your hard out? 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 o'clock my time. So 4 o'clock your time?
Okay. So we got to do it real fast. So on the Bucks side, Giannis is at 30.5 real points, 7 assists, 50.5 PRA, 58 fantasy points. Woo-wee. Sheesh, as the kids say. Drew Holiday, 5 rebounds, 6.5 assists for Drew, 2 threes, 1.5 steals for Drew Holiday. Is this our Jimmy Butler bet? Right on cue? Maybe? 2.5 free throws for Drew. Bobby Portis on the board here. He's starting up at 24 fantasy points. Has not hit that in back-to-back games. And in that last game was relegated to the bench. But not necessarily always a bad thing. If the minutes stay similar, some of those minutes are going to be opposite Giannis. So the usage has an opportunity to be even higher. Grayson Allen, half a steal, 1.5 threes. Shout out to Logan. And then Pat Connaughton on the board at 16 fantasy points. So we'll start with the high end. Do you have any leans here for the Bucks? I think this is going to be one of those scenarios where, man, do I not have the warm and fuzzies on the high price Giannis. I did, however, think that maybe if you take Bobby Portis out of the starting lineup, that it only made sense for Giannis rebounds to maybe have a higher hit rate. He only had 12 in that last game, but I mean, we were seeing Bobby Portis just suck 10 plus, rebounds, and I think if you take him out of the mix and if he isn't in the starting lineup again, maybe we look at a rebound prop for Giannis if we're trying to sweat and isolate a lower line and get away from the big boy number at 58. For what it's worth, however, I have Giannis at 66 fantasy points, so I am healthily on the over, but I tend to be a wuss when it comes to betting these big numbers. So what's standing out for you? What are you doing with the Bucks today?
Yeah, they're tough, man. Like I said, with the juicing, I'm trying to remember correctly after watching that game. There was like 3 guys in foul trouble, I believe. So I know Grayson Allen. Yeah, Grayson Allen only played 25 minutes, and I think it's because of foul trouble. He came his first stint in the third quarter. In the beginning of it, he got his 4th foul, and then he checked out for majority of the third quarter. And Pat Connaughton played majority of those minutes. So maybe that's why Pat Connaughton played 32 minutes. It's because of Grayson's foul trouble. Because I mean, it would be important to figure that out, because if Pat's going to play 30 plus minutes, he's only at 16 fantasy points and 3 rebounds. He's a great rebounding guard.
It looks like Grayson picked up his. He had 3 fouls in a stint in the second quarter. Did I read that correctly? That's ridiculous. Look at it. It was a 3 minute 30-second stint where he picked up 3 fouls.
That's like maxi pad status.
Good God! And then a minute into the fourth quarter, he picked up a 4th foul, so instantly goes to the bench, and that's where Connaughton's reintroduced to the game. Also, Brook Lopez was yoinked as well with a foul in that first couple minutes, and then they went to Portis and Connaughton in that third quarter stint. So something to keep an eye on. Was Brolo also also in big foul trouble. Closing this one out. Dude, fouls have been a thing in this postseason. It's getting crazy.
It's ridiculous, dude. Every series, man.
Yeah, Barolo had 3 fouls there. So, but yeah, it looks like that was the Grayson Allen foul trouble definitely helped Connaughton pick up a big chunk of fourth quarter run, and then helped him close out the game. Even though like it wasn't 1-1, I think Connaughton probably closes over Grayson no matter what. But I do think it helped him pick up that big third quarter window. Why can't I talk today?
But I mean, I still think his numbers are low enough that even if he gets 5 minutes less, at least like 27, 28 minutes, I still think his numbers are low enough where he can go this like 13.5 PRA or his 3.5 rebounds, just because they're going to need him to help on the glass with Barolo being stretched out and Portis playing less minutes. I don't know. I feel like those two numbers are low numbers on the Bucks that are maybe worth considering and sweating.
Yeah, I have him at 21, so I'm 5 above the projection.
What do you have him for PRA?
That's a great question. Let me pop open the RunDFS.com NBA VIP spreadsheet. Click that old player prop tab, and I went to Control F, and I accidentally just. Yep. All right. Control F. I have him at 15.9, so almost 16 PRA.
Oh, okay. Well, that's rare that we get something that much projections that much more over the line. It's usually spot on with a PRA. No. All right, I can consider that. I mean, it just takes him getting hot from 3 too, so for him to easily clear that PRA. So I would say his PRA or his rebound, and then other guys. I guess Drew's steal prop is low enough, something easy to sweat.
Drew Steele sounded like a name, and that's a cool name.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that.
And then Giannis, man. All these are really, really juiced up. I guess I would consider his fantasy get it all because everything else just moved up so much. But I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to sweat it.
Yeah, I usually try to find something small to isolate and go after. And even in this part, like every individual stat so heavily juiced. I definitely don't want to sweat him making free throws, right? It's not even the foul trouble I'm worried about. It's him actually making these things.
Yeah, those first 2 games, he left 5 free throws on the board both games.
Yeah. So I guess fantasy point would be the throw the blanket over everything and hope for the best. If Portis doesn't start again, I wouldn't hate some shares of 12.5 rebounds to sweat. Let me see. Underdog sometimes lists more aggressive numbers. Let me see what's the comp here. So Underdog has 7.5 assists, 51.5 PRA, 31.5 points. So they have him at almost 60 fantasy points, which is less than a bucket more, but it's still more. But they did not. Oh, they had a 13 rebound prop, but it's off the board right now. So I wonder if that's gonna go up. So, maybe the rebounds over is a slight lean. But, I think we're really ulti-sweating the high number guy. And I'd rather take some of these supplementary tertiary guys.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Drew, I mean, this is the lowest I've seen his assist, probably 6.5. But it's just, Giannis is going to dominate the ball handling so much and playmaking. So it makes sense. I don't feel great about any other props unless anything stands out to you. I mean, Bobby Portis, his minutes are down and they're staying around 25. So,
yeah. All right. So I'll say this: So let's say lineups come out and Bobby Portis is starting again, right? Just the curveball that comes back.
Sure.
Would that change anything? I guess fundamentally,
I would probably jump on his PRA. It's low enough for if he gets starter minutes.
Okay. I think that's fair. And then, man, Grant Williams, man, is he just going to be that guy for me? Like, it all year long, he's Grant Williams, man. Even, he could start at 3K during the regular season the last couple of years, and I probably wouldn't even, be that, I wouldn't care. And then all of a sudden he's a thing in the playoffs. So, am I gonna sweat him tonight and him fall through? And I'm just gonna be like, I had that coming. I had it coming. I did it to myself.
No, I mean the minutes are there because he's earned a role with his defense, man. So minutes eventually going to equal production, and it is for him. I mean, I like his PRA.
Yeah.
And I think it only went up by 1.
Let's get a little list going here. So for the Celtics, I'm going to type up Robert Williams. I'll go first half FPS. And then for Bucks, what's your favorite Buck prop on the board?
I'm going to probably say Pat Connaughton's PRA and then Drew's steals.
All right, PRA, Drew Holiday steals. And then there's probably something else for the Celtics worth mentioning. But you know, this is worth mentioning.
Oh, Horford. Horford's like rebounds or his fantasy.
I had a great segue to a plug, and you just cut it off, bro.
Oh, I'm
Golly,
so sorry.
man.
I'm so sorry, my friend.
Fudge in A, man. Oh, just throwing bottle caps.
Got him.
Bro, you should see my desk. I don't know what it is about me, dude, but, you know, I drink water bottles all day.
Mm-hmm.
I throw the bottle out, but I never throw the caps out. I just have a desk full of caps, and then you know the cat will
it's
play
like a graveyard
or whatever. Yeah, it's just like, and I'm not lying about this desk full of caps. So I guess you could say no cap.
That was your segue?
No, that was just a corny joke. I don't know if you know this, but cap for us hip. Of us hip vernacular people, cap means lying.
Yep.
So I'm not lying about cap, so no cap. Anyway, you know what I'm not lying about? No cap is if you use this link I'm about to post in chat to sign up for Underdog. They will double your first deposit up to $100, and much like PrizePicks, they offer a fun prop version where you can up to 20x your card here. So Goodwill, I love to line shop between the two sites, grab the softer numbers between the two, and sometimes you'll get some stuff that's offered on one site that's not on the other site. So make sure you're up on Underdog, make sure you're on both, make sure you're taking the best lines available. It's just like sports betting. They have, by the way, so we liked Pat Connaughton and Drew Holiday steals. So for Pat Connaughton, they didn't give us a PRA. They gave us 4 rebounds, which I believe is a hook above, what PrizePicks has given us. And he's a rebounding guard.
He is.
They have him and Grayson Allen at half a steal. They got Bobby Portis, 19.5 PRA.
That's less than.
That's one less than PrizePicks. Usually, I look for them to have a higher number. So if you liked Bobby Portis today, you would take the over on Underdog. That's what I mean by line shopping. So definitely make sure you guys have accounts with both and take it. Here's one for you, Josh. Brook Lopez, half a 3-pointer.
On Underdog?
Yeah.
That's pretty solid.
It's pretty solid. So fun lines to sweat over there. Anyway, let's get caught up on chat.
Although he didn't take a 3-pointer last game, did he?
No, and that's the ironic thing is, like, when I think of Brolo, especially without Bobby Portis, like, for me Brolo is like the corner 3, stretch 5 that doesn't get rebounds. So to see him at half a 3, I'm just like, well, if he's going to score, it's probably going to be a 3, but that's not the case here. Jeff Reed says, I like Lopez for rebounds again. Yeah, I guess he should benefit theoretically if Bobby Portis is off the bench again. He changed his Twitter profile yesterday to him with the goggles on. Who did? Who's wearing goggles? I don't know. Him and Brooke picked up 4. Okay. AO says LaFade. Oof. Captain America is from Brooklyn. I'm so confused when I read half a comment. Doug, what up, Doug? Says that smoothie really hurt you. Huh, Gun? Wow, Gun needs a bang. Ain't it hot in Texas, Gun? You wearing a beanie and a sweater? Yeah, it's hot in the state of Texas. It's not hot in the house Casa de Gundacker. All right, young blood, we keep that thermostat low. low. All right, I'm surprised you don't hear it, man. That sucker's blowing. So yeah, but hey, maybe I'll say I got some Gundecker Gaming like hats and stuff. Maybe I'll start busting those out. But I have a Yankee hat, but when I wear it, it makes me feel like I have a giant head, but like a straight up cap. Anyway, Josh has to leave in 20 minutes, and I'm here making corny jokes and talking about hats. Memphis Grizzlies at the Golden State Warriors. Next game on the docket. Likely no Ja Morant. Didn't go through shoot around, listed as doubtful. And now we get a chance to see the Memphis Grizzlies without Ja, something we saw plenty of throughout the regular season. And without Ja Morant in the regular season, their defense locked up, clamped up, and they won a lot of ball games. Well, they come into this game as 10-point underdogs up against the Golden State Warriors. So we have to do a little bit of what's real, what's not. I think you look at a lot of those games throughout the regular season without Ja Morant. It was against some really not great teams, some OKC Thunder, some absolute scrub squads, the Blazers, stuff like that. Man, you remember how bad the Blazers were at one point? So this is an absolute like crazy test. But what we do know is fundamentally that you replace Ja Morant with like a Tyus Jones, and it upgrades the defense. So maybe their defense is a little bit better, but you need some scoring here. So Josh, this is your expertise, man. This home team Warriors team looking for blood. This is a game you cannot ever lose, but 10-point spread kind of leaves the door open for a blowout. Is that how you're seeing this, or do you put some respect on this Grizzlies defense without Ja?
Yeah.
And how do you approach this game? And then maybe homeless Steven Adams makes an appearance.
No, I mean, I knew the Warriors going to come out shooting and firing all cylinders, and they shot ridiculous. It was like almost a record for field goal percent. I think of like 2017 against the Spurs, put up like 130 something. I think that was more of an energy game, hype, like make a statement. But yeah, I mean, they're not going to shoot that good again. But even if they shoot less than, the 62%, I think, they could easily win. But I think the Memphis Grizzlies without Morant, their defense, they get a lot more length. And they're more aggressive and better on defense with Morant out. So it's gonna be tougher for the Warriors to score, more so than that last game. I mean, the last game, the dribble penetration, the Grizzlies had no answer for. It was just Steph and Poole were just switching off and just getting easy penetration, and they were either getting easy layups or kickouts. So I think that'll be the main difference in this matchup today. Is probably less of that dribble penetration with Morant out because he was just getting burned. And so, yeah, Warriors are going to have a tougher time finding their shots. So I think I think Memphis will put up a fight. I think it'll stay closer to the end, more so than that last game. But yeah, so Bane, if we start on the Memphis side, Bane is going to have to really step up. He has when Morant's been out, but he's still dealing with that lower back injury. He looked a little bit better that last game. He was making his threes. I didn't see anything really restricting him. So yeah, he's gonna have to be that guy. Him and Brooks. I mean, Brooks is kind of like a black hole in usage and shots. When he gets it, he's gonna shoot it. So expect him to take almost 20 plus shots in this game. It's just a matter, are they going to go in? Right? He throws up air balls and he likes to build a brick house, but I mean the shot volume is going to be there. So you could go with the 17.5 points and hope he makes at least 40%, 40 to 50% of his shots. Or I mean even his 1.5 threes. I mean he's going to have to pick up the 3-point shooting even more so. So I'd probably go with those two for Brooks, and then for Bane. Yeah, he's gonna probably have to be more aggressive and drive the ball too with Morant out. So he could go with just his 18.5 points, or even maybe his 2.5 free throws, since he's probably gonna have the ball a lot more with Morant out. He's gonna have to drive more and probably pick up some fouls. And he's gonna take all the tech free throws too. So the 2.5 free throws is pretty low for a guy who's gonna dominate ball handling so much in this game. And then I have no idea with Jaren Jackson. with the foul trouble, and then with Clark and Xavier playing, and then now maybe Steven Adams is reintroduced more so in the lineup with Morant out, because they ran Steven Adams a lot when Morant was out during the regular season, and they don't have to worry about the Warriors having a stretch big to stretch him out either. So, but I guess the main concern is when Adams is out there and they are dribble penetrating, he gets blown by guys like Poole. So, yeah, I'm probably just going to keep fading Jaren Jackson. I just think it's, in my opinion, too risky for the prop betting world. And I'll probably just stick with Brooks and Bank for now.
Jaren Jackson's intriguing to me because during the regular season, without John Morant, he had a 30% usage rate and was almost it was over 1.3 PrizePicks fantasy points per minute. But he's still hack-happy John Morant, and I think that Draymond Green or Kuminga matches up pretty well against him. So it's not like it's a super plus matchup, but the usage has been there and does have a history of being there. So it's something to wrestle with that I would understand why anyone would be on him to achieve some overs there. Also, noteworthy, Desmond Bane, 23% usage rate here in this split, and a lot of people were waiting for Tyus Jones props to hit the board because Tyus has a 31% assist rate in this split, filling in as the point guard. So we don't have Bing Bong. Yo.
Yeah, that's probably just waiting for official.
Yeah, for sure. Josh Basso with the membership. Appreciate you joining the YouTube channel membership program here. Hit the link to the free Discord below, and you will get into this Discord, which looks like this. When you're here, link your account with your YouTube account, and you'll actually unlock access to these channels, the YouTube member only channels. And then we've been posting the prop detector in these channels every day. So if you're out there watching, you're not in this Discord, it's free to join anyway. But for those of you guys that are channel members, go ahead and make sure you link your account so you get extra benefits. So yeah. But yeah, Tyus Jones props is certainly what the world needs now. And we are waiting. And Underdog doesn't have them either. I will say Underdog, for just trying to compare lines, they have Jaren Jackson Jr. at 22.5 points or rebounds, 15.5 real points, 7 rebounds. They don't have much for the Memphis Grizzlies. PrizePicks gives us a little bit more to sweat. They give us 1.5 block shots, which is always fun for Jaren Jackson, and 30 fantasy points. I currently have Jaren Jackson at 40 fantasy points. Like I said, when you put a 30% usage rate in the algorithm and his per minute production being 1.3, it's going to look pretty well. So it is something that mathematically makes sense. So I'm there. Hopefully we get the official news and then we get the official starting lineup, assuming Tyus Jones is there. And if they give us Tyus Jones on the board, what number's too high for you to not sweat some Tyus Jones assists?
I would say 7.
7? Okay, so we're looking at 6.5 or below on the assist prop for Tyus Jones. That's fair. Let me type up Grizzlies, Tyus Jones.
And then for his fantasy, if it's less than 20, 26 or 28, I'd consider it. It's gone up to it's been around 18 to 20 with him playing as a secondary piece to Morant. So I assume it goes up by 10.
Okay, makes sense.
And which is, we really need to. With Memphis, we really need on official Morant news, obviously, but we also just need to see that starting lineup. I think they're in desperation mode. This is a must-win, important game that's going to be really hard for them. That I think we could see a change up in lineup big time, especially Morant's out.
That's something I'm thinking about. Is the change in my mind would be Steven Adams.
Yeah, I agree because they're getting killed on the glass. And which is insane because Memphis all year long has been one of the best rebounding teams, and that's because Adams has played majority of the regular season. Now look what happens. You take Steven Adams out for that first series and majority of this series so far, and you're getting killed on the boards. And they have to change that. So the way to change that is to give Steven Adams more minutes.
So, in the last 60 games with Ja Morant, the Memphis Grizzlies have a defensive rating of 111.7 points.
It goes up to like 115
with Ja Morant. Without Ja, it goes down to 106. So it's like a 5-point difference in defensive rating for them with and without. Now, I say that to say this: it's the Golden State Warriors. It's almost impossible to lock up all their shooters, but all season long we watched Steven Adams first quarter double with assists and rebounds, you know what I mean, and then the rest of the squad would just handle their business. But this is, it doesn't get much harder than this matchup here. So with that said, given Vegas the respect with this 10-point spread, if you were to target either side of this game, would you have would you rather take first half props than full game props?
It depends. If it's someone like if Steven Adams is announced as a starter, I would take first half props on him. Yes.
Okay.
But overall, as a team, I think they're gonna grit it out. I think you can go with full game.
All right. So
I think I would not be surprised if Steven Adams is announced as a starter, just because across that, what was it, 27 games and went 25-2 or something crazy like that. Steven Adams was a core piece of that unit, and they played so well together in so many minutes without Morant all together, and they need help on the glass. It would make sense to start him. Yeah, he just might not be conditioned. We just don't know.
That's probably the case is you don't know where his wins are.
Yep.
But if Kuminga and Draymond are starting, you don't have to stretch out and guard the three as much, right? You can worry about getting those boards. I think Kuminga and Green combined for like one 3-point attempt, something like that in the last game. So, and then even when Adams does start, it's not like I'm expecting him to play 30, 35 minutes. It's probably just like a mid-20s guy. But I do think we've seen Memphis make adjustments all year and all throughout this playoffs. It feels like without Ja Morant, they would shake things up a little bit more than just put Tyus Jones out there because they've been playing chess throughout this postseason. So with that said, let's flip over to the Warriors side. And do you have some leans here? We got a Warriors home game, so I always kind of like one of these shooters to get hot from three. They got Clay at 3.5 3-point made. They also have that same line for Steph Curry, and Jordan Poole is listed at 20.5 points. 2.5 threes, half a steal. Looney's on the board, even though it's not a lock for him to start, right? 4 rebounds, 3.5 points for him. Draymond's on the board at 7 assists. I think his assist props been something we've been having fun with. And they have. So if we do some math here, right? What 7 plus 7.5 is 14.5 plus 8. I guess so. Are we getting value on this PRA line? I don't know, man. Is that 9, 6, 15, 22 and a half? No, it's directly 22 and a half. Okay, so I was hoping we'd get like a 1-point thing, but I'm also dumb and don't know math, and we're not. So, anything on the Warriors side sticking out for you for prop betting? Is Draymond 7 assists a little too much?
Yeah, I liked it a lot when it was at 6, and I just locked that in.
So for what it's worth, Underdog has him at 7.5 assists. So maybe you could push the 7, hope for the best.
Yeah, you probably push the 7. There were some potential assists left out there, missed threes from him. But yeah, like I said, they shot so well last game, and he got over by 2 or something like that. No, I mean, the one that's standing out the most to me and the most obvious is Poole. I mean, they didn't touch his point prop. It was at 20 last games, 20.5. Everyone else got juiced except for him, and it doesn't make sense because, Memphis, just like how the Warriors didn't have an answer for Morant, Memphis does not have an answer for Poole. His dribble, he's just too fast. Even Tyus Jones, he blows by him. And the dribble penetration is just unstoppable right now. And Memphis is really struggling with that defense on Poole dribble and driving. And then when they do crash on him, he's finding the open man and making the right decisions. So his assist could even be in play too. But yeah, the 20.5 points, I'd probably just go with that. I think the Warriors continue to lean on him. They know that he is the X factor in this series, and the Memphis, they can't stop him right now. So I'll probably mark that as probably the core play on the Warriors side. And then, all the other ones, Clay and Steph can obviously get hot from three at home. But it's a dart throw on which one you want to go with. I know Clay and Poole both cleared their 3-point props, but Steph did not. And I talked about it in the first look video over the weekend. I said, Steph if his 3-point shot's not falling, he's going to drive a lot more, and that's what he ended up doing. And he was drawing so many fouls and getting to the line. I think he had 14 free throws made. So I definitely targeted his free throw prop last time. It hasn't moved up. It's still at 5. It's something else you can go with. Being at home. I think Mark Davis is the crew chief today. Mark Davis was the ref in that game 3 of the Suns Mavs, where there was a lot of fouls called in that game.
Yeah, and remember, Morant to like a Jones or a Bane, those guys are more likely to play some defense and get in foul trouble than John Morant, so it makes sense.
Yeah, so go with that or his real points, but yeah, and then Clay, his main thing's gonna be obviously 3-point shooting, and he's gonna probably take close to 10 threes, so you can always get on his 3.5 threes, and then Wiggins should continue to try to be active on the glass, but with Kuminga out there and other guys kind of changing up the rotation, it's kind of hard to predict how his rebounding is going to go. But he should always be active on the glass. And then, Draymond, they have his fantasy down to 30 now. It's been sitting around 32, 33. It could be a big night for him. Again, being back at home, feeding off the energy. So maybe instead of his 7 assists, if we're worried about that, and maybe Poole's and Steph stealing some of the assists potential, maybe we just go with Dre's 30 fantasy. That's
I have
the main targets.
I have Dre at 41 fantasy points for PrizePicks scoring. So yeah, I could lean the over as well. Just a little bit unsettled on what to expect game script wise because of the 10-point spread. But anyway, Josh, I know you got to tie it out here, so let's make a quick list and we'll get people on their way. So for Celtics, other than Robert Williams' first half props, I'll also mention Jaylen Brown 2.5 threes. This isn't a core. Do we have a specific Horford prop? And then Grant Williams.
I would say 8.5 rebounds and 32 fantasy points.
Okay, 32 FPS. And then Grant Williams, do we have a number 1 prop for him? Maybe not. We don't have to.
PRA.
Okay, PRA. All right, then for the Bucks, I jotted down Connaughton, PRA, Drew Holiday steals. Grizzlies, I have Tyus Jones 6.5 assists, and I don't have anything else here, but I wouldn't hate a shot at Jaren Jackson fantasy points. It's hard to trust him, and he's foul. He's a foul trouble away. Maybe that turns into a Brandon Clark game too. Warriors, and then for the Warriors, I'm gonna jot down Steph Curry free throws. Draymond fantasy, and what else?
Points.
Jordan Poole points, and then let's say it does turn into a blowout. I don't think that the Warriors would kind of let off the gas at all. But if they had to leave one guy out there to babysit in the fourth quarter, is it Jordan Poole?
Yes.
Okay, so it helps that number still. All right, cool. And then
let's look out for Kuminga props too. They'll probably drop an hour before lock.
Kuminga. All right. Are you gonna have your completely updated prop detector today, or do you have?
Yeah, I will. I just have to run home real quick, and then I'll be back into the lab, and I'll update the detector, and I'll post it for the YouTube members.
All right, lit. All right, chat. I get caught up on anything in chat. Appreciate you guys in the chat hitting the thumbs up, all that good stuff. Josh has an emergency to take care of.
Yeah.
I also have both our girls are in emergency right now,
Yeah.
so I have to keep an eye on that. I also have an early baseball lock to cover for DFS.com VIP Discord. That's behind the paywall over there at RunDFS.com. We'll all be in the free Discord. That's for free. Click the link below, get in there, and then we'll also all be in the Underdog and PrizePicks streets. And then, hey, when you guys get in that free Discord, do me a favor, check out these exclusive offers you can get through supporting the community, but at no extra cost to you. Well, we got the PrizePicks promo code, that little 2x your money, Underdog, and then I'm one of those guys now, right? I got to deal with SeatGeek. So if you guys are gonna go catch any of these baseball games, basketball games, or even concerts coming up, if you use that SeatGeek app, use code Gundacker, they're actually gonna take $20 off your first purchase. So a lot of great deals and partnerships that we're getting on the channel. So I appreciate you guys helping us grow, and then hopefully some of these deals can help you guys out. So. Yeah, I appreciate your time, everyone. And Josh, any final words? Do the Warriors blow out the Grizzlies tonight?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. The Grizzlies without Ja Morant, bro, they're unstoppable.
Yeah, I'm gonna give. I mean, give them respect all season. I know they had weaker matchups, but the defense significantly improves, and I think they've got Warriors a tougher time. Less easy blow-by, so.
Yeah. All right. Willie Wilson says, give one baseball pick, please. Man, I've not had a chance to super absorb everything just yet. Any good pitching duels to first Gomber versus maybe an NRFI in the Giants-Rockies game, but I don't have a strong. I got to really tighten up some research right now. Wasn't able to do a live stream, man. I had a lot of business to conduct, some conference calls, sweating a possible no-hitter for the Yankees that didn't happen. Then, of course, we got real-life issues. So I do plan on, and hopefully we'll have a baseball stream tomorrow, and then Josh and I will be back at it. But the grind don't stop here, chat. So get in that Discord, take your fire, add it with our fire, and let's all make some money tonight, man. I appreciate you guys making part of our day, be part of your day. Tell somebody you love them, because we love you. Good luck, God bless, and go win some money.
Nerd.
No, you don't say you're on the close. What the was that, Josh? What the was that?
It just came out natural, man.
No.
Yeah.
No, that means hello and nothing else. You're what? Gosh dang it. Alright, man, go get your old lady in the house. I gotta get caught up.
I'll be back.
She's headed to the emergency room, so I gotta see what's I don't know. Crazy day. Alright, man, catch you later.
Alright, later.